Exiles Reach, the new player starter zone experience on PTR, is really impressive. I really loved it, and today I'd like to talk to you about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gyro here. So I am still spending second day on the PTR public test realm, where the pre-patch of Shadowlands is rolled out in full strength. Apparently people are testing all sorts of things, including the new class changes. You don't need to be in Shadowlands beta to get access to those. And yes, I am going to be taking a look at least some of those, at least the classes that I like. Treat this as a little preview of the content coming up shortly if you like. We have some other things lined up, but this is going to be among those things. Today I was looking at Exiles Reach, which is the first kind of starter zone that you get on a brand new level 1 character. If you roll an allied race who starts at level 10, they don't go to Exiles Reach. They try to load into their native experience. For example, Mecha Gnomes, they load into Mechagon Island area. But that was crashing. I wasn't able to test it properly, so I went into Exiles Reach, and after a few attempts the server stopped dropping me out and I was able to test it. So this is just my, again, unscripted, very fresh impressions that I thought I'm gonna share with you. I loved it. As an altoholic with lots of alts, I feel almost sad that I have pretty much all imaginable alts. Oh my god, I haven't counted them. I have like 15, 16 maybe across 3 servers. They are all now, well, going to be converted into level 50s, right? So who are currently at level 120, I mean. So at level squish they will be 50. So I don't really see a use case other than for funsies, kind of what I did today, to roll a brand new character at level 1. The only reason, I will tell you right now, the only reason I would have done it is if they would have allowed a new race to class combinations. For example, if they would have allowed my favorite race, Draenei, to be Warlocks, I would have rolled one instantly. Instantly I would have done that. Regardless, so that is just kind of a sidestep, but contextually on topic, I would say. Exiles Reach, an island where you as Alliance, well, I was playing Alliance, Horde probably has slightly different experience. As Alliance, you get into a storm while sailing to help Alliance forces somewhere. This is the story as far as it goes. And you crash on that mysterious island. Half of your friends disappear. You get a commander who tries to save her son, who also happens to be a soldier of the Alliance, which I think they've overdone a little bit, that whole thing. I'm not gonna betray my son, but he's the soldier of the Alliance first and foremost. Like, come on, like all this heroism is a little bit over the top, but I guess everything is, or a lot of things are in World of Warcraft. I'm just, look, I am ridiculing what I think deserves ridiculing, at least in my eyes, but I'm telling you, I loved it overall, experience is great. So, atmosphere, detail, lighting, I understand it's an age-old, ancient engine of the game that they have been, you know, fixing up and upgrading. I get that, but still, in essence, it's an old game, right? You look at the graphics, you look at the assets, you look at how much they do with little as far as resources of the engine are concerned, lighting, whatever, everything, textures, yeah? And you can't help but be impressed. Like, I am really, really impressed. The storyline is simplistic, very, very simplistic, like, let's not pretend, but fantastic at the same time. It's really sort of, look, it's Warcrafty. It feels like Warcraft. It doesn't feel try hard. It doesn't feel like something foreign to our game. It feels like something that, you know, you and I would have probably experienced years and years ago when the trees were taller and the hills were higher and we were all very young, you know. So it brings back that feel of an unexplored World of Warcraft that I haven't had in many, many years now. Because I roll outs, but I've seen it all before, right? Maybe there is some nook or cranny I have not explored, but really, first of all, you have to look very hard for that nook or cranny. There is nothing that I haven't seen. That's why we all, I think, crave so much the new expansion, new lands to explore. So this is a glimpse of new stuff that precedes the old content that will be available to anyone, I imagine, not even people who bought Shadowlands, but I cannot imagine why would you play World of Warcraft on retail, not on classic, if you didn't buy Shadowlands. So that's beside the point. So the storyline takes you through discovery, kind of you discover your abilities as a class. I was playing a hunter, and it was awesome because there were clearly hunter specific quests that were telling me, for example, how to, so they were teaching me abilities as I progressed, but not in a very basic kind of class trial way as we've seen before, that there is such functionality in the game, but more along the lines of kind of, I talked to this Worgen guy and he says, go collect parts for your freezing trap and I'll teach you how to make a freezing trap. So I go there around the area and I collect a spring, an old spring, I collect a mote of ice from a mage, I collect something like that you would think would go into assembly of a trap. And then you learn a skill. I think it's cute and I think it's awesome, okay? It introduces, the Exiles Reach introduces all basic concepts that new players would have had no idea about. They start from basic abilities with 1, then 2, then so on and so forth. They start with basic pointers, open your spellbook and put it on your action bar. And for me, as an, you know, veteran with no hair and a beard, it was not annoying, it was cute. I said, okay, keep talking to me, that's cool, yeah. They take you along the lines of a main storyline, but at the same time, as you go, clearly they deliberately put an exclamation mark to the side here on the map to tell you that that's a side quest. So people who are just curious would go and check it out, and they were cool. One of them needed to deal with an elite bear, which made me use all of my abilities not to die, because I wasn't playing some cheat class like a Death Knight or like a Demon Hunter, who probably would start at a higher level anyway, speculatively, and wouldn't see Exiles Reach anyway, sadly. But Hunter is powerful, but you know, it was hardish to defeat the bear. I was really happy about my skill to defeat the bear in the end, being barely alive. It's how the game should feel, don't you think? It's how it should feel. That's what makes me so excited. I'm excited right now, guys, and being so excited in World of Warcraft is what invigorates me, what makes this game so special, what makes me play it so after so many years, and what will make some of you, my people who talk to me in the comments, what will make you come back. It's a short experience. It's only 1 to 10. Like level 1 to level 10, and it goes fast. Well, look, I was recording this with a couple of interruptions, like I had a busy day, so I had to carve out some time to do this. Overall, I don't know, you could probably blast through it in under an hour, maybe in under an hour, I guess, but why would you blast through it? Why wouldn't you explore side quests? Why wouldn't you give it a proper shot and just suck it all in? Why wouldn't you do it? Especially if you haven't played World of Warcraft for a long time at a low levels, you know. As a newbie, maybe you'll just follow the main line, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Wonderfully enough, so the story kind of culminates in this these evil ogres wanting to resurrect a dragon, and that happens inside of a very, very basic but very cool little dungeon, okay? What dungeon introduces is yet another concept to the new players, where you group up with other people. And the cool thing about it, the cool thing is not even just that fact, because I think that was executed really, really, really well. What I thought was particularly good is the fact that, and I don't know what it means, maybe it's a new mechanic that will become available to us in Shadowlands at some point, I hope so. But when you go into the dungeon, you realize that there are only 3 actual players grouped up in a 5-man group. And two other spots are filled in by NPCs. It's similar, I suppose. It reminded me of Mists of Pandaria. We had those trials, remember, in the Temple of White Tiger there, where I think at one point you had to, like, it was like Trials of Strength or something, I can't remember now. But basically you were grouped up with NPCs and you had to defend an NPC who was healing or tanking, if I'm not mistaken. Similar here. So supposedly even your commander, your NPC commander who was giving you these quests and guiding you through the journey, the commander says, oh, I'll tank and my son will heal you, blah blah blah. Cool, awesome. I did not see her taunting, and I didn't see her working properly as an NPC, and I think it's a bug. I think it's a bug, but I think the intent is that she would grab, as a tank she would grab the attention of the boss, while the potentially newbies who have no idea would be like, oh, let's kill the boss. In our case, the boss's attention was fully on that priest, I think, who was dishing out obviously most amount of threat, and my bear was mauling him, and I spec'd into Beastmaster at level 10 instantly. So recount and then add-ons I don't think are available on PTR right now, otherwise would be curious. Some part of my World of Warcraft trained brain was asking myself, oh, I probably would have top DPS here, look at this, look at my kill commands, oh, they're hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? If I as a veteran of the game get so kind of happy and giddy is the word I was looking for, giddy while playing through this zone, then I think you can take it for what it is. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty good kind of feeling to have. So it was certainly very different from my feeling of the other part of PTR that I reported to you only a couple of days ago and it was about the, you know, the horrendous pre-expansion event, at the very least its first stage or whatever it was. I had a much better experience in Exiles Reach. Congratulations, Blizzard. More power to you, my people. This was really well done. I think new players deserve this kind of experience. This is probably the best experience teaching people how to play World of Warcraft and what it really means to play World of Warcraft. Quests, grouping, side quests, this kind of stuff. The feel is fantastic. Execution is very well done. I think only in one point, aside from that NPC not taunting that I just talked about in a dungeon, I think at one point only on a side quest I saw that when I freed up a druid from being captured by some spiders or whatever it was, then there is a dialogue between two NPCs who I'm kind of teamed up with, and her speech is not on. The text is there in the chat window, but she was not talking, but the guy was talking to her. So I think some kinks like this are still missing here on PTR, so some bits and pieces for them to iron out before the launch. But I can tell you guys, I wish I had level 1s to level up. I wish I did. But honestly, with all the new content, the other new content coming up, at the moment I still struggle to see the use case where I can justify my time investment into leveling a brand new character from level 1. I don't want, like, who do I not have? I don't have a couple of allied races, but it's not a motivator for me enough to invest my time into leveling it from level 1. I'm not in love with Valpyra, let's say. I'm not in love with Dark Iron Dwarves, they're just a repaint. I'm not in love with Magha Orcs, they're also just a repaint. You know what I'm saying? I need a more substantial change in order to invest myself into this. I need Mecha Gnomes to be able to be druids. I need Draenei to be able to be warlocks. Stuff like that would make me reroll and from level 1. It would. Until that happens, I can't see it happening. I really can't see it happening. Tell me in the comments down below, was this helpful? First of all, like the video, please tell YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed it if you did enjoy it. It really helps us grow, and I think it's more fun for everyone, including yourself, when that happens. And also, if you actually bothered to load up the PTR and check it out for yourself. What did you think? What did you roll? How did you like the class? Always a pleasure to talk to you, my people. Thank you very much for supporting the growth of the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is where all the fun is. And I'll talk to you again in a couple of days' time, as always, on some other World of Warcraft topic. Gyro here, signing off.